So the PlayStation Plus games have been live now for just under a week. There's a couple of decent games to play on there, but let's be honest, they're not always going to be for everyone. So it's that time of the week where we're going to check out the PlayStation Store and see what awesome deals there are for you guys. Now before anything, if you want to make these games even cheaper, or if you're looking to renew your PlayStation Plus, or even just pick up some pre-order games at a discounted price, make sure you check out the sponsor, Instant Gaming. Everything on their site's usually around like 20% off, which is definitely worth looking at if you're looking to save a few quid. Now, starting off, we're going to actually look at the PlayStation Plus games. There's only 2 games that I'm actually going to go for, and they're not 2 major AAA titles, they're more party-style games. And the first one is a game called Golf with Your Friends. Now, this is a mini golf style game with a bit of a difference, just by the fact that it is super crazy and it is super stressful. It's usually 16 quid, it's currently £8.79 on sale. Now, the usual mini golf where it's just random shapes of courses, it's kind of like that to start with, but then it gets a little bit more crazy, to the point where there's maps in space where you have to go through black holes and stuff. It can get really irritating and really annoying, but at the same time, when you're playing it with your friends, it's just so much fun. There's other modes in it as well. There's a golf basketball style game, which sounds a little bit weird. So imagine mini golf, apart from when you get close to the hole, you have to press a jump button to try and jump up and go through the basketball net. There's weird shaped balls as well, so you don't have to play it with a normal golf ball. You can literally play it so it swaps. So 1 minute you're a ball, next minute you're a cone, then you're a disc. That mode is absolutely awful, but it's still really funny. This game, again, for like 8 quid, is definitely worth looking at. The second one that I'm going to go for is a game called Moving Out. Now, this is a couch co-op style game. And it's a bit awkward to try and explain as well. Pretty much, you'll go into your map and you'll arrive at a house and you have to help them move out. And it's quite a zoomed out cartoon style game, where literally you have to run in, smash the window, grab a microwave, rip it out the wall, jump back out and launch it all the way across the road, like into your van. And all you have to do is all the glowing items you have to get in your van within a certain amount of time to kind of finish the level and progress through to get onto the next house. They get more difficult with more stuff, more awkward items, like you'll get an L-shaped sofa that you literally have to kind of puzzle your way through. It's more fun to play with your friends, but you can still play it solo. It's a game that you can't take too seriously though. But either way, it's definitely worth a play if you're looking for something new. Normally 20 quid, currently 10.99. It's a pretty fun game. It's a game that I have actually played. Don't really play it that much though, I tend to mess around with it with the kids. The next section that we're going to look at is multiplayer games. And the first one is a game called Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Now this is a bundle with the 1 and the 2 remastered. Now yes, this game, I have actually mentioned it with a possibility of maybe coming to PlayStation Plus, but if it doesn't, what better time to pick it up than when it's on sale? It's usually 40 quid, it's currently 30 quid, not a massive discount, but it is a really cool game. Now the remaster for this, the old version was out years and years ago, and I mean a very long time ago. But either way, at the time, it was so much fun to play. It was so casual as well, literally you could just play it where you was in an open warehouse and just keep going for high scores and stuff. Constantly trying to get up like your bonus multiplier and stuff. It was so much fun to play, and the fact that it got remastered rather than like a new version of it coming out, I thought was pretty cool, just because you kind of already remember what to expect, you know where stuff is, and it just feels so cool to come back to. For 30 quid though, I do think it should be a little bit cheaper, but either way, if it's a game that you've been looking at picking up, it's not a bad discount for not a bad game. And the second one that we're going to go for, it's kind of sticking with that party style game. It's another pretty funny one called Gang Beasts. Now this is usually 16 quid. It's currently half price at 7.99. Now this game, I've seen YouTubers play it. I've never actually personally played it myself, but it looks so much fun. Pretty much, it's just a crazy kind of battle game. By the looks of it, you just have to beat each other up, and kind of last person to survive kind of wins, I think. But the maps are pretty cool. It looks pretty fun. If you played like Human Fall Flat, it's kind of what it reminds me of with like the graphics and the way that the models move and stuff. Granted though, I am kind of speaking from seeing other people play it rather than playing it myself. But either way, for 8 quid, it looks like it could be really fun to play. Next up, games under £16. Now the first one, funny enough, Human Fall Flat. It's usually 12 quid, it's currently a £5. This game, it's so random, but it's pretty cool to play. You can play it solo where literally you're just trying to progress your way through a map. So at the start of the first level, like, you'll be trying to get this lantern into this really dark room by moving all these trains, going through little puzzles, pressing little buttons to open doors, jumping through a window and, yeah, jump off this big tall building thing to progress onto the next level. It's pretty cool though, and pretty funny by the fact that if you fall off the map instead of dying, you kind of fall back onto the map. So if you hold your grab buttons, literally you can end up clinging off the roof, you can get under the map and all sorts. But it's more fun to play with your friends. I was playing this with the kids yesterday and it was literally just throwing each other off the map every 2 seconds. So funny, and for like a $5 if you're just looking for something casual to play, it could be one worth checking out. And the last one in this section, Stranded Deep. Now, Stranded Deep is a game that I played quite a while ago over on PC, and when I heard it would come into console, I was pretty excited. It's an island survival game with a little bit of a difference. So you'll start off like the usual, like you'll crash into the ocean and you'll get on your raft to go to this island. You got to try and survive. Hit your trees to gather all your parts to build fires, gather food, weapons and all that sort of stuff. And when you get to the point where you're comfortable, you can like get on your boat and venture out to other islands and stuff. And there's little bosses, the sharks and stuff that you have to fight. It's a pretty cool game. This one is usually 16 quid, it's currently just under a tenner. Now, as far as I know, this hasn't had a multiplayer update, and I think it's the only thing that kind of let it down that you had to play it solo. But either way, if you're into your chilled out survival games, this one is definitely worth checking out. But the final section, the best sellers. Now, there's only actually one game that I'm going to go for on here, and it's a PS4/PS5 game called Immortals Phoenix Rising. Now, this game is pretty cool. It's so much fun to play, and it's a little bit different. If you've ever played Assassin's Creed, to me personally, it kind of plays in a similar way. To the point where you'll climb up a big statue, and you'll synchronize, and it'll unlock the map. You can sneak around to do stealth flight attacks and all that sort of stuff. Pretty similar mechanics, but it's, for me personally, I've always thought of it as like a cartoony, more child-friendly version of Assassin's Creed, because it's very, very cartoony graphics. It plays very similar to like Breath of the Wild or Genshin Impact. You'll jump in these caverns and you have to do puzzles to progress through the game to get like lightning bolts from Zeus. It's all kind of based around Greek mythology, where you actually end up getting the gods' powers to use against the enemies in the world. You can tame creatures to use as mounts. Literally, you can like sneak up to a unicorn and next minute it's yours. The bosses, there's giant trolls, there's all sorts that you have to defeat in the game. It's really, really cool. It's usually 60 quid. It's currently £35.99p. If it's a game that you've been thinking about picking up but not too sure, it is awesome, and personally, it's probably one of the best games that I've actually played in a while. It's so addictive, and for a campaign game, I don't usually play them. This one dragged me in and I still play it at the moment. I'm about halfway through the game and I absolutely love it. But that's pretty much it for this one. I kind of just wanted to cover this video. We've not done the deals in a while because the deals haven't really been updated that much. But the January sales are now on, so make sure you check them out. If there's any games on the store that you think personally I should check out, leave a comment down below. And again, just a reminder, if you want to make these games even cheaper, make sure you get your PSN credit from Instant Gaming. It's usually around 20% off, and it's definitely worth it. Saves you a few quid, and the games that are on sale anyway, it just makes them even cheaper for you guys. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have a like, it'd be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.